If you get in a car crash, there are steps that you need to take both at the scene of the crash and immediately afterwards if you've been injured and want to make a claim, because these steps will maximize the amount of compensation you get. My name is Debbie Taussig. I am a personal injury lawyer, and I also was in a car crash myself, and I'm going to explain to you the steps that I took so you can better understand the steps that you need to take if this ever happens to you. My car crash happened on a highway where the speed limit is 65 miles per hour. Now, I was hit from behind, and then I hit the car in front of me. And I'm sitting in the middle of this highway, knowing that other cars could come down the highway and hit me again. So the first thing I tried to do was to move my car safely to the side of the road. Well, it wouldn't start. I couldn't move it. Fortunately, no one else hit me. But if you're in this situation and you're not safe, move your car. If you are safe, though, we always recommend that you leave the car exactly where it is, so when the police show up and they investigate this crash, they will see all of the places where the vehicles ended up right after the crash. The next thing I did was call 911. Now, I did this because my mom, who's 88 years old, was in the car with me, and she was actually bleeding and saying her head hurt. So I called 911 and I asked for an ambulance to come for my mom. And of course, we also asked for the police to come investigate the scene. So that is step number 2, is call 911. And that's what we did. I stayed in my car because it was safe with my mom until the ambulance came. And then the police showed up. I knew I needed to explain to them what happened because I crashed into the car in front of me. And there's a presumption that if someone crashes into the back of someone else's car, they're at fault. So I explained to the police that I was pushed from behind into the car in front of me. And the police gave the person behind me the citation and determined that they caused the accident. The next important step is to get the contact information and insurance information from all of the other people involved in the crash and from the witnesses. If there were witnesses, you want to get their names and phone numbers. So what that means in my case is there were 2 other drivers. Now, the police had already come and they had gotten all the information, including the insurance companies and the insurance information, and they exchanged information for all of us. So I didn't need to go up and approach anyone else. I already had that information, but that's important information to always get. The next important step that I took was to take pictures of all of the cars involved. So I got out of my car, I took a ton of pictures of my car, I walked to the other cars and took pictures from all angles. And I also took some pictures of the general location of the crash. The next thing I did was I went to the ER because my mom was taken there by ambulance. But I also know that when someone is injured in a crash, a lot of times they don't know that they're hurt or have injuries because your adrenaline is running so high. And that is exactly what was going on with me. I did get checked out at the ER and everything seemed okay at the ER for both my mom and myself. There's a couple more important steps to take. Let me tell you what I did. The first thing I did is I called and made appointments to get checked out for my injuries. The next thing I did, and now this is going to be different for you, because look, I'm an attorney. I've been doing this for over 20 years. I called the insurance company and I opened the claim and explained just some very basic facts of what happened. But I do not recommend that someone who has not been practicing law for a long time should call the insurance company themselves. You should have an attorney call for you. So I did do some follow-up treatment, and I'm going to make some other videos to talk to you about the treatment that I got. So please watch out for those videos. So maybe you were involved in a crash and you're thinking, gee, I did some of these steps, but I didn't do all of them. Don't worry, just give us a call and we can help you out.